Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you see this. This is Dee with INFP Insights. And I wanted to just go over a couple of minutes here, maybe it won't be too long, about what I saw a video on. And it was the INFP 4 Wing 5. And had some stats and things in there that I haven't really seen any of the other INFP creators talk about, or other MBTIs that I listen to talk about too much. So it's a little bit disheartening. What the topic today is about INFP 4 Wing 5 being loners, the loneliest loners of the MBTI type, and what you may think. What this video said, and I can't remember where I saw it. I don't like to give credits unless it's positive and I really want to promote them. But I watch mainly YouTube on the TV, and I watch dozens a day, so I can't keep up with what I see. But I saw, and it's a reputable channel, actually, but they were talking about that, and they were saying, given the statistics that I think a lot of us know, that INFPs are like 4% of the population, and half the INFPs, or 4 Wing 5s, most common. So that would put us, and they did all this math, and it would put us at 2% of the total population, which is rare. And they said the INFP 4 Wing 5 are the most independent and most able to be alone and most alone, the loner type, of any of the total MBTI Enneagram combination. That's kind of depressing. I know INFPs are the most introverted of the introverts. I know that we do okay and really well by ourselves. But then you add the Enneagram, 4 Wing 5, which I am, and yeah, is there hope for us? That's just what I want to know. I mean, I don't have a lot of insights, I have a lot of questions. And I got to thinking about this, and of the INFP YouTube creators that I know about, I think I counted 7 of us. I think at least half are 4 Wing 5s. I don't know what most of them are, but ones who have said, quite a few. Yeah, half of us I know of are 4 Wing 5. Is that why we're on YouTube? Instead of living, I mean, it's not to say we don't live our life. We have a life outside of this, but why we really enjoy YouTube, and this is where we feel like we can talk more easily or easier than with people in real life. Is that why we're here? What's going to become of us? And I don't really care about myself. I do care about myself because I do want to be with people. I do want relationships. And I'm going through a transition right now where I don't consider myself having any family or friends. I have acquaintances. I'm sure you can relate to that. I have a lot of acquaintances. But as far as friends, I'm just going through a transition. It happens in life, and I will tell you, half the people that watch this channel are 40 and under. So that's fine. I'll just tell you that comes with me. It usually comes every decade. The 70s decade has just been coming constantly. Used to be every decade, and then I'd get over it after a few months and then transition into something else. This has really been something to think about. And I think about the younger folks, I think we're going to have to make more of an effort to be out among people even if we don't want to. And I know I said in a previous video not to do anything that doesn't serve your best good. And I mean that. If it's detrimental to your well-being, don't do it. But if it's just, I don't know, maybe we should try. I don't know. What do you think? I know down the hall here the other day, I say down the hall, that we have a community room, and they had a potluck dinner, which I don't like crowds. Excuse me. I don't like crowds. I don't like buffet. I don't like eating other people's food that I don't know who. You know, the older I get, the more of a germaphobe I get about other people. I don't know anything about the food, so I chose not to go. I don't have a whole lot of extra energy, and that was not something I wanted to spend my energy on. So when I was sitting outside, because I needed some socialization, and a day or two later I was sitting outside, and that's where people tend to congregate, or you see people coming in and out the door. And they have chairs out there you can sit in. I take my own chair. I don't want to sit in the chairs everybody else sits in. And that has been brought to my attention. I am way independent the older I get, and funnier about things, quirkier, I guess. But one of my neighbors she wanted to know why I didn't come and blah blah this, and she's more extroverted, and I tried to explain in a non-confrontational way, like, well, I didn't have anything to bring, or I didn't. I mean, just trying to, instead of just saying I didn't want to be around you, trying to be softer with it. And then she kept on and on and on, and she was going to bring me a plate, and I told her, I said, I have my own food. And it almost got into an argument. I wanted her to be quiet and go away. All she had to say was, well, we missed you at the dinner the other day. I wish you had come, and then move on. But no, she kept on and on. They try to make us go, which really, for an INFP period, and an INFP 4-wing 5, that is not going to work. We're going to double down. So as that ended up, she said, well, I was just trying to be nice, and then I realized that maybe her feelings were being hurt, and she was trying to be nice. So I told her, I appreciated, and I'm trying to use my mindfulness here, I appreciated the thought, but I do not need any plates brought to me. It would just be wasted. And to try to give it to someone else. And there was someone sitting with us that really does need a plate. He's a older man. I think he's in his 80s. I think he's got a touch of dementia. People don't take care of him. I give him food. When we do have plates, I give mine to him anyway. Or I invite him up. I make sure he gets something to eat. He needs to eat. He's losing weight. He needs to eat more than I do. And but anyway, I'm rambling. I started an argument with a neighbor who was just trying to be nice, but trying to force me into going down there. So that's a quandary. And what do you all think? Do you think that they 4-wing 5s are the biggest loners of the whole MBTI Enneagram combination? Do you like being that way? Is that what your life path is? If you're younger, I can tell you, and you probably have heard this before, but I can tell you from experience that it is definitely harder to make friends and or find romantic partnerships, if that's what you're looking for somewhere down the line, the older you get. You better clamp down by the time you're 60. I can tell you, your choices will get very few and far between. You have to work harder. And 70, for some reason 70 for women, you can just forget it. So yeah, that is a thing. So plan ahead. We are planners. Plan ahead. Think how you're going work on it. Do you agree with that? How can, and help me. Let's discuss. I like discussions. I don't have all the answers. I'm the last person to tell you I have all the answers. I have my answers, but it may not be the answer for you. It may not be a worldview answer. So comment below. I love to hear it. Let's get a conversation going. So until next time, stay safe.